Now we just lost my, I just lost my township manager.
More than 10 or 15 minutes. I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you read this over? I didn't want to sign without getting consensus from the government body. Okay. It's for ATAP, but I just wanted to.
Okay.
Can you pass
you're
this
good.
to?
That's
with
right
them? We will begin as soon as Mr. Harris comes back in. All right. Mr. Fault.
Councilwoman Perone,
Present.
Councilwoman Whitfield,
Present.
Councilwoman Dr. Worthy, Deputy Mayor Anderson, Mayor McIntosh.
Present. We can start with the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, you can compliance statement.
Notice of this meeting was sent to the Burlington County Times, the Philadelphia Inquirer, and Trenton Times in compliance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, the Open Public Meetings Act. Additionally, the agenda was posted on the township website, the township bulletin board, and filed in the office of the municipal clerk.
Thank you. All right. We're just going to go into executive session. Our regularly scheduled council meeting will begin at 7. Do I have a motion to go into executive?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Whitfield, seconded by Deputy Mayor Anderson. Can I have do we have a statement?
Yes, Mayor. Executive session this evening will be for matters involving personnel and pending or potential litigation in accordance with NJSA 10-4-12B
In contract, yeah, in contract.
and contract negotiations. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Councilwoman Perone,
Yes.
Councilwoman Whitfield,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anderson,
Yes.
Mayor McIntosh.
Yes. All right. We will be back. No, I was talking. Soon as we're back live, Mr. Fall, as soon as we're back live, we'll come out of executive.
Yes, Mayor, we're back live.
All right,
Motion, reconvene the public session.
So moved.
Second.
moved by Councilwoman Whitfield and seconded by Dr. Worthy. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Perone,
Yes.
Councilwoman Whitfield,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dr. Worthy,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anderson,
Yes.
Mayor McIntosh.
Yes. And we can move on to our prayer. Yes. Reverend Carlos LaMarche from our Jesus is Lord, Route 130.
Take the microphone off.
So, all right. I'm gonna turn my back to you guys so I can fetch that people. In the book of Chronicles, Second Chronicles, chapter 7. I'm gonna paraphrase. How about that?
You have 3 minutes, Reverend LaMarche.
You invited a preacher to pray and you don't want him to. The Bible said that if we humble ourselves, that the Lord will hear our prayers. That if we repent from our sins, we will see his face and he will heal our land. And every time I think about God healing our land, I always picture a man. When God wanted to heal our land, he chose Martin Luther King, which is the name of this road where the building is in right now. So I believe this is a time for God to choose us to heal our land. So let's put our hand in our heart and ask God to heal our land and protect our people. Father, in the name of Jesus, I start this meeting by calling out your name and by asking for forgiveness of our sin. And we are in the search of your face, Lord. Heal our land, heal our people, unite our country. Take us as an example of what our nation should look like. In the name of Jesus, my Lord and Savior. Amen.
Amen.
Did I do good with the time? All right.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Reverend LaMarche. Again, from Jesus is Lord on Route 130. All right, we'll move on. We'll do a flag salute again for the purposes of our residents. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you reread your compliance statement, please?
We can.
Thank you.
Notice of this meeting was sent to the Burlington County Times, the Philadelphia Inquirer, and the Trenton Times in compliance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, the Open Public Meetings Act. In addition, notice was posted, the agenda was posted on the township website, the bulletin board, and it was filed in the office of the clerk.
Thank you so much. In terms of proclamations, we're going to forego a Juneteenth proclamation for our next meeting, be more applicable for that time period. We'll start with our Pride Month proclamation. Councilwoman Whitfield, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Proclamation in celebration and support of LGBTQIA+ Pride Month. Whereas individuals who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, asexual, and non-binary continue to make valuable contributions to every aspect of life in Willingboro Township, including academics, architecture, art, business, culture, economic development, education, fashion, film, government, health, law, music, politics, research, science, sports, and technology. And whereas it is commonly accepted that the protests that occurred outside the Stonewall Inn in New York City on June 28, 1969, following a police raid, represented the turning point in the movement for LGBTQIA+ civil rights. And whereas Pride Month was first formally recognized by the federal government on June 11, 1999 by President Clinton, recognizing June as Gay and Lesbian Pride Month. On June 1st, 2009, President Barack H. Obama declared June Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Pride Month. On May 31st, 2023, President Biden issued a proclamation declaring June as Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer, and Intersex Pride Month. And whereas in the succeeding decades since the inaugural Pride Month, generations of LGBTQIA+ individuals have worked tirelessly to achieve lasting gains in the LGBTQIA+ equality at local, state, federal, and federal levels, including gaining the right to marriage equality and the corresponding spousal benefits, establishing laws guaranteeing the equality in housing and employment, securing equality and access to education and healthcare, winning the right to serve openly in the armed forces, and pushing for other gains in equality at all levels of society. And whereas members of the LGBTQIA+ community are disproportionately affected by violence and hate crimes, as evidenced by the Human Rights Campaign issuing a national state of emergency June 6, 2023, citing an unprecedented and dangerous spike in anti-LGBTQIA+ legislative actions across the United States. Whereas the Human Rights Campaign and American Civil Liberties Union are currently tracking over 400 state bills that attack LGBTQIA+ community in regards to healthcare access, free speech and expression, and weakening the civil rights. And whereas suicide is the second leading cause of death among young people aged 10 to 14, and the third leading cause of death among 15 to 24-year-olds, LGBTQIA+ young people are more than 4 times as likely to attempt suicide than their peers. Whereas June has long been celebrated in many places worldwide as LGBTQIA+ Pride Month in recognition of both gains in the LGBTQIA+ equality and have been realized since June 1969, as well as in recognition of the ongoing struggle to advance civil, societal, and human rights for the LGBTQIA community. And whereas, moreover, LGBTQIA+ Pride Month is a celebration of visibility and acknowledges the contributions of LGBTQIA+ individuals have made and continue to make and strengthen the fabric of American society, as well as celebration of authenticity, acceptance, inclusion, and love. Now, therefore, be it resolved, I, Kaya T. McIntosh, Mayor of Willingboro, New Jersey, in conjunction with the Willingboro Township Council, proclaim our support for the LGBTQIA+ Pride Month.
Councilwoman Whitfield.
Thank you, Mayor.
Moving on to manager's report, Mr. Harris.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the governing body, members of the Willingboro community. This evening, I'm happy to start my report or our meeting off with presenting to you some new police officers that we are happy to be bringing on board in Willingboro, and we need to administer their oath of office. And on top of that, I'm also proud to present to you the formal promotion of our latest captain, Captain Harry, who has been with Willingboro for quite a bit of time and has been serving provisionally in that position. But we have gotten the green light from CFC to put her in that position permanently, and we would like to administer the formal oath of office to her as well. So at this time, I'm going to ask Captain Bucks if he will come and present our newest officers and give us some insight on Captain Harry as well.
All right. Good evening, Mayor, Deputy Mayor, Council, and Willingboro residents. I say this probably every time I stand in front of you, but I truly mean it. It's an honor and a blessing to represent Willingboro as your Public Safety Director. So with that being said, tonight we're here for a great event. We're here to swear in Captain Aaron Harry and 5 of Willingboro's newest police officers and welcome them into the Willingboro family. Captain Harry, she's been with us since 2006, and she has advanced through the ranks. She served as a patrol officer. She was in our detective division, our street crimes division. She was promoted to a patrol sergeant. From there, she was promoted to lieutenant and served in the detective division as a lieutenant. And most recently, she is now obtaining the rank of captain, and she will oversee our criminal investigation division. Captain Harry is the second female in Willingboro to obtain the rank of captain in Willingboro's history. So congratulations. We also have 5 of our newest officers who haven't officially graduated yet. They graduate tomorrow at 2 p.m. from the Camden County Police Academy. After tomorrow's graduation, they spent 21 weeks down at Camden County Police Academy through a intensive program. So once they graduate tomorrow, they'll report back to us Monday morning, and they're going to start their 14-week field training officer program. And upon the completion of the field training officer program, they will be released on their own as what we call solo police officers. So if I could have Captain Aaron Harry step forward. Officer Brendan Karamanugian. That one was a tough one. Officer Alan Allen. Actually, you can stand right here. Officer Correll Cattle. Officer Horton Hodges Horton. And Officer Jonte Graves. Mayor, at this point, I'll turn it over to you for the oath of office.
Well, congratulations. We're so happy, and we're very happy to have you join the Willingboro Township, and we look forward to working with you. So I'll have you'll repeat after me. And then we'll say congratulations again. All right, raise your hand. I say your name.
I, Brendan Cameron,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States,
and in this state, county, and township,
in the state, county, and township,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of
perform all the duties of the office of
whatever your office is.
police officer
Perfect. According to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations to you. Welcome to the Willingboro team. Thank you.
So at this point, if I could have all of our officers turn around and face the crowd. The person that you have selected to pin your badge on, could you please step forward and take the honor of pinning on your officer's badge? Don't sit down yet. Yes. If I could have, once the badges are pinned on, the person that pinned, can you just turn around, face the crowd, so that way we get some more pictures? You can bring some kids up too. I see some little kids, or some little Ellington kids over there. So at this point, if I could have all the officers and Captain Harry, if you guys don't mind, come up with council, get a picture with council. And for all the family members, once we're done here, we can leave and we'll go down to the police department. You can take more pictures down there and whatever else you guys want to do.
Coming up here. These chairs be fighting. Yeah. Yeah, congratulations.
Y'all get them directions.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Mary, we know you're gonna be in the middle.
Okay.
Right, and so we have five, six. Okay, we do three on each side.
Three.
So council members on here, yeah.
So two rows.
Mayor, deputy mayor. I wanted the mayor to be right here in the middle of
Okay.
these two.
You got deputy mayor.
Deputy mayor, come on up. One other side.
I'm glad you didn't spend a little extra time.
You give me right here on that other side. Yeah.
I think you can stand up. You can stand up.
We had to stagger a little bit, right? So.
Yeah, bring him up. Bring him up. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, just tap your head.
Turn aside, you get one more. Let's turn this way, this way, this way.
No, face this way. Face this way.
Towards me.
Everybody just take a step to your right. Your
Left,
left, sorry,
left.
sorry,
That was
sorry,
what I was
your
like.
left, your left. Your left.
What
Everybody-
you say, Gary?
Can
Look, he started getting.
Cap, can you go next to the mayor?
Yep.
This side?
Yeah,
right in there.
There we go, white shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
No. In?
Go in.
You're good. We're good. Sorry. No, we're good.
Okay. We're good with the water. We're good with the water. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's good.
And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Everybody smile. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just one last comment, as you guys take your seats, I do truly appreciate you guys taking the time out to allowing us to do this each and every time. It's a great honor, for us and for our officers and our promotions. So I truly appreciate you guys, taking the time during the meeting to recognize our officers and their accomplishments. So thank you. And to our officers and to all of their family members, welcome to the Willingboro family.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Captain Bucks.
Mayor, hello. Thank you. This Whitfield.
Thank you.
Harris, how you doing, sir?
Doing the clock, you can proceed.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I just really have some brief updates for you this evening. Revenues generated as of May 28th totaling $16,545,115.10. We did make our monthly disbursement of taxes to collected taxes to the Willingboro Board of Education in the amount of $3,273,775.66. There really has not been a lot going on in the township other than projects that we have been working on. I will share that the sinkhole on Pennypacker has been completely repaired and things seem to be very stable at that location at that time. The emergency outfall repair at 460 Charleston Road is scheduled to begin on June the 10th, and it will take about 30 days for that to be completed. The segment 4 roadway project replacement has begun. They started on Garden View with the replacement of the concrete work, and that too will continue to progress throughout the 12 streets that we're going to be reconstructing. They'll complete the concrete and then go on with the milling and the paving. I'm sorry, Garden Brook. Thank you. The pre-construction meeting for the Broido Park, the install of the park equipment is scheduled for this week, and that project will begin as well. Two days ago, we had a brief meeting with the New Jersey Department of Transportation regarding proposed modifications at the intersection of Veterans Parkway and Route 130. It was just a preliminary conversation, and they're going to go ahead and begin their design phases, after which time they will bring them back to the governing bodies of Willingboro and I believe Edgewater Park for your comments. And that's all that I just wanted to briefly brief you on this evening. I will ask Ms. Jackson to come up and present the goings on in Willingboro, and then we can proceed with the ordinances and resolutions.
Good evening, Mayor, Deputy Mayor, members of council, and Willingboro residents. This is crooked, but, okay, I'll just make it work. So, I do want to advise you of two great opportunities that's coming up that we want the residents to be aware of. One is tomorrow for the senior community, and that's the 22nd Annual Senior Expo will be held tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 at the Masonic Village in Burlington Township. Representatives from our senior center will be there, among other participants, offering resources and information to our senior community. So we want to make sure they're aware of that. And also, we will be offering French and Spanish classes at our senior center. So we want our residents to be aware. We'll be sharing more information as that becomes available. And then on next Tuesday, as it is every second Tuesday of the month from 10 a.m. to 12, we have representatives from SNAP who will be at the Kennedy Center to share resources as it relates to the food assistance program here available to families in New Jersey. So we want to keep that before our residents. And next week is a busy week. Next Thursday, June 13th, all invited to our Kona with a Cop. And this will be from 4:30 until 6:30 p.m. And that's going to be right behind this building, across from is that me? Okay. Right behind here, across from the Willingboro Police Department. And we are going to have, of course, the Kona ice treats. We will have some, a game truck available, as well as pets from the Lazy J's Farm. So it's going to be a great 2 hours, and it's a free event, and we're just inviting everybody to come. We're going to clear out the parking lot in the back and just invite everybody to come back there and have a good time. So look forward to that. And then, of course, on next Friday, on June 14th, we will be welcoming Exit 45 to the amphitheater stage as part of our live music series. And we also want people to know that we have added Valerie McNair back to the lineup. We had her canceled because of weather, but she will be with us on July 19th. So we have an updated schedule that's available on our website and on our social media page. And then, of course, next Saturday will be our June 15th. A Juneteenth celebration, which will be on Saturday, June 15th, and we will be honoring the celebration of the Harlem Renaissance. So we're looking forward to that. That's from 12 to 4 at Mill Creek Park, and we do invite everybody to join us for that celebration. There are still a few more spots for our Youth Police Academy and our Youth Fire Academy. So if we have families that are interested, we would suggest that you secure your spot right away. We also have the Stop the Bleed courses on the second Saturday and third Thursday of each month. That's hosted by the Willingboro Fire Department. We have quite a few of great summer events coming up. So our residents will be receiving a summer mailer over the next couple weeks, which will highlight our Borough Barbecue on Saturday, July 20th. We're looking forward to that. A great just family event. We'll be having hamburgers and hot dogs and invite people to play spades and kickball and all that good stuff, just like you would at any family reunion. So we're looking forward to that. And then, of course, our Jazz Festival on August 11th. I do want to close by sharing that earlier today, our Mayor and Councilwoman Whitfield, along with other members of our Willingboro team, participated in a networking event entitled 30 Mayors for 30 Developers. And it was a great opportunity to network and showcase our community. But more important, the reason why I'm bringing it up is that Mayor McIntosh shared her birthday with us. So happy birthday, Mayor McIntosh. We appreciate you. So as always, all of this information can be found on our website, our social media platforms, and YouTube channel, and subscribing to Willingboro Weekly. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
His update. Dr. Worthy?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mr. Harris, I also learned that you'll be on vacation for a few weeks. I think it's 2 weeks.
Yes.
And I wanted to find out if, council thought, it would be appropriate due to our form of government that we appoint an acting township manager for that time period, since you'll be on vacation and we don't want to shut down the whole government for 2 weeks. So I make a motion that we appoint an acting township manager for the period of the time that Mr. Harris will be on vacation.
A second.
Moved by Dr. Worthy, seconded by Councilwoman Perone. Any further discussion?
Who might they be considering?
Right. That's my question.
I didn't hear a name.
Yes, I would, the deputy township manager, since we have a deputy. So, Mr. Gary Lowry III as the acting township manager, during the time that Mr. Harris is on vacation.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Yes.
Councilwoman Whitfield,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dr. Worthy,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anderson,
Yes.
Mayor McIntosh.
Yes. Anything else? All right. Moving on, Mr. Harris, for the resolution, ordinances and resolutions, please. Thank you.
So being presented for your consideration this evening is ordinance number 2024-9, which is an ordinance to amend chapter 297 entitled Signs. This ordinance is to approve the amendment for signs to include digital displays and message center signs, which are currently not permitted under Willingboro Township Code.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda would be resolution number 2024-147. That was a resolution to go into executive session, which we already did. Resolution number 148 is a resolution authorizing the renewal of an alcoholic beverage control or ABC liquor license for the period of July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025. That was supposed to be renewed at Foster's Military Lodge and Smoke.
Not
gonna-
at Foster's.
Not Foster's.
Not Foster.
Foster's is stricken out because they didn't provide us the tax clearance. We do have the resolution for RMT,
RMT Holdings.
correct. We have everything we need. We have the fees and the tax clearance.
Okay.
That was forwarded to the governing body today, so.
Resolution number 2024-149 is a resolution providing for the cancellation of reserve balances on police vests that was created back in 2015, which can no longer be utilized. The amount will be transferred into our fund balance and cancel some of that outstanding debt obligation. Resolution number 2024-150 is a resolution for the allowance of the estimated tax bills for the third quarter of 2024. Resolution number 2024-151 is the approval of overpayment so that homeowners, mortgage companies, title companies can receive credit on their accounts for the overpayment of taxes. Resolution number 2024-152 is the ratification and authorization of the payment of bills. And those are all of the, there was one additional resolution to be,
There's two additional, I didn't hear 153 and 154.
okay, I don't have those on my.
153 is the one that you provided. It's resolution authorizing the award of a fair and open contract to Duckett Entertainment Group LLC for theater management services. for
That's
Williamsburg
correct.
Township Performing Arts Center. And then resolution 2024-154 was a resolution to appoint members to the Event Parade Committee.
Okay.
And those are all the items for your consideration this evening.
Thank you so much. I will now open it up for public comment for agenda items only. If the public has anything, any comments or concerns for agenda items, you have 2 minutes. Please state your name and address for the record. Public comment is now open for agenda items only. You can come up. Mhm.
My name is Carlos Lamarche. I'm the pastor of the Spanish Church of Willimore. And on behalf of the congregation, I just want to thank you for changing this law, which is going to upgrade the whole Willingboro Township. And it's going to promote the practice of business within our area. So I thank you for understanding and doing really good on this. We're going to add this to the wall of fame in our church as changing the laws here in Willingboro. So I thank you for that. God bless you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you, Reverend Lamarche. All right, we have someone online.
Yes, Mayor Brown.
Good evening, everybody. Resolution 151, what is
Please
the
state your
process?
name and address for the record, please.
Yes, sorry about that. Sharon Brown, 78 Executive Lane. What is the process for overpayment of taxes? And what are the discount which is available for residents? And resolution 153, what kind of service is being awarded? And what are the terms of the agreement? Is it very clear? And what is the fee of the amount? And what is the fee that's allocated for it? Resolution 154, will the committee that's being developed, would it have access to a budget? And who will be overseeing that budget? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Anyone else for public comment? All right, seeing none, public comment is now closed. All right, Mr. Harris, Ms. Brown had a couple of questions.
If her first question was, what is the process for the overpayment of taxes? If an entity overpays, whether it be a duplication, sometimes a mortgage company will pay taxes and they'll go to sale and the closing that will have paid taxes. So there are opportunities where duplications will happen. When those are brought to our attention, the tax assessor or the tax collector presents the overpayment to the resolution, the overpayment to the governing body who authorizes the refund by resolution back to whether it be one of the individuals that overpaid the taxes. So that's the process.
All right, in terms of agreement, I don't know what we can share, but for resolution 153.
So the governing body did go out for a fair and open process to secure theater management services for the upcoming Willingboro Performing Arts Theater. I pride ourselves in our ability to do quite a bit, but managed theaters are not within our level of expertise. So the council in their sage wisdom thought it would be practical to find professionals who can manage and optimize those services to bring them and make them the best that they can be for Willingboro Township and make them the most profitable that they can be as well. So they did go out and do a request for proposals. They did get back one vendor, Mr. Duckett, who has an extensive, is that the right word?
Extensive.
Extensive, thank you. Background in those services and will do great things for Willingboro. And then I believe her other question was regarding the budget for the Event Parades Committee. We do have a line item budget for the Events Parade Committee. That committee is a creation of the governing body, so the council has ultimate control over that budget. that everything?
Agreed, yep. All right, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I didn't catch the part about, what does it have to do with, Duckett and the Parade and Events Committee?
Two separate
Right.
items.
Right.
Right.
She asked about resolution number 154, about the committee, if there was a budget and who was controlling that budget.
Right, so what is the Parade and Events?
But we can, if you wanna, we can pull that out.
I thought you said discussion. Did you
Well,
just say
the-
discussion?
they were responding to the residents' question from public comment.
Okay, never mind, it's okay. I was just, thought I missed something.
No,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Thank you. All right. Go ahead, Mr. Fault.
Can I get a
Ordinance?
motion and a second to introduce ordinance 2024-09?
So moved.
Second?
Moved by Deputy Mayor Anderson, seconded by Councilwoman Whitfield. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Perone,
Yes.
Councilwoman Whitfield,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dr. Worthy.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anderson,
Yes.
Mayor McIntosh.
Yes. Are there any resolutions that we need to pull out?
Can we pull out 154?
Okay. All right, I make a motion for consent agenda of resolution 2024-148 through 153.
Second?
Moved by Mayor McIntosh, seconded by Dr. Worthy. I make a motion, I'm sorry, roll call,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Councilwoman Perone,
Yes.
Councilwoman Whitfield,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dr. Worthy,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anderson.
Yes.
Mayor McIntosh.
Yes. I make a motion to approve the consent agenda for resolution 2024-148
Sec-
through 153.
Second?
Thank you. Moved by Mayor McIntosh, seconded by Dr. Worthy. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Perone,
Yes.
Councilwoman Whitfield,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dr. Worthy.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anderson.
Yes.
Mayor McIntosh.
Yes. We need a motion for resolution 2024-154.
So moved.
Second?
Moved by Deputy Mayor Anderson, seconded by Dr. Worthy. Discussion, please.
Yes, so I did receive attachments for those that are interested in joining the this committee. I just wanted, for the record, 2 of the people are already a part of this committee. So I wanted to make sure that their names have already been noted. And if we can just call the person's names that are new. And so I just want to make sure that people who are already on there are on the committee on our master spreadsheet. Because I received 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 applications, but of the 7, 2 people are already on. They're already part of the committee.
Yeah, Javella and.
Yeah,
You know-
Javella Phillips, she's already part of the committee. She's actually our secretary.
Okay.
And Dr. Denise King is also already a part of the committee, and she is our treasurer.
Right. So is that part of the resolution? Did they name?
I believe their names.
Everybody.
Yeah.
But those it's redundant to.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to pull it out, so this way, on our record, that we know that they
Right.
have already been
Appointed.
appointed
Right.
there, and that they stay on, whatever the master list is,
Mhm,
that they are noted there, and then we can
agree.
make sure that the new people are noted too.
So can we strike out, was it Javella Phillips?
Just make sure she's on the whatever the master is. I know
Yeah,
she
it's on
stepped
the
in
master.
later.
She is.
She is on there?
Mhm.
Okay,
So
and
just-
Dr. King.
Yes.
Okay.
So can we just strike those 2 names?
Of course.
But they are already on.
Mhm.
Okay.
So do we have to go
I'm
back?
going to
to the
adopt the
motion
resolution
with
as
it?
amended.
As amended, yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Then
Go ahead.
can I get the motion in the second to adopt the resolution as amended?
Second. Is that what you mean?
Are we already,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
already in the motion,
Oh,
we're
I'm
already in.
sorry. You're right.
So how do we do you retract the motion?
You're good as you're going. Final resolution will be as amended when updated.
Okay,
Okay.
so you can just go with, we can just go roll call now, okay.
Yeah, because you had.
But we amended it. We're saying, do we need to withdraw the second, withdraw the motion, then he can make the motion with the amendments? That's what we're.
You can do that, yeah, if you want to
Just
clarify that.
retract your
Okay.
second.
I withdraw my second.
Withdraw your motion.
Nay, withdraw your motion.
Oh, I made the motion?
Yes.
I withdraw my motion.
Okay. So now we need a motion for the amended version of Resolution 2024-154.
I make a motion for the amended version.
Second.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Anderson, seconded by Dr. Worthy. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Perone,
Yes.
Councilwoman Whitfield,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dr. Worthy.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anderson,
Yes.
Mayor McIntosh.
Yes.
And then can I get a motion and a second to adopt the treasurer's report?
So moved.
Second?
Moved by Dr. Worthy, seconded by Councilwoman Whitfield. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Perone,
Yes.
Councilwoman Whitfield,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dr. Worthy,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anderson,
Yes.
Mayor McIntosh.
Yes.
Can I get a motion to, and a second to approve the minutes?
Approve the minutes. Okay, we'll go back. We need a motion to approve the minutes for May 7th, regular meeting, May 21st, regular meeting, and May 21st, executive session.
So moved.
Second?
Moved by Dr. Worthy, seconded by Councilwoman Whitfield. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Perone,
Yes.
Councilwoman Whitfield,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dr. Worthy,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anderson,
Yes.
Mayor McIntosh.
Yes. Do we have any municipal clerk updates this meeting?
We don't.
Okay. Moving on to unfinished business. Does any council member have anything for unfinished business?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I do look forward to an update on our projects more extensively within the next 2 weeks. So by our next meeting, I hope to have some updates. I'll also be updating the council on the conversation about our library during our next meeting. And I appreciate everyone's support as we navigate forward. Thank you, Madam
You
Mayor.
said update on the projects that are.
The
ongoing
projects, so the performing arts
Mhm.
and the library specifically.
Okay.
And I know Mr. Harris said he'll be updating us on the turf field and as well.
Okay. Any other unfinished business? That's on Perone, were there some issues with the,
Let us take care of it later.
Okay,
because it
got
doesn't
it.
Get too confusing.
all right, got it.
Yes. Thank you.
Anything for new business?
Yes, Mayor, I had one item for new business. A few weeks ago, I sent out an email to the council with some information asking for support to create a resolution in support of House of Representatives Bill HR 40. It is to establish a commission to study and develop a reparations proposals for African Americans Act as part of our Juneteenth celebration and activities that we do here in Willingboro Township. I provided some additional information, the contents of HR 40, as well as some reasons why we should do it. The support for this is just to establish a committee to evaluate and look at the possibilities of reparations in the United States, as well as proposals for packages or compensation.
Okay. And can we do you need a consensus today?
I would like to have a resolution developed for our next
For our next
meeting,
meeting, okay.
so that we will be able to pass it for Juneteenth.
All right, so I just asked that everyone look at what Councilwoman Whitfield sent us last week,
May 15th.
May 15th.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I had a question. Councilwoman, are you looking to create an ad hoc committee or would it be a committee of like administration and council and like, what do you see as like the makeup of the committee?
No, so we wouldn't be creating a committee. It would be for it to support the House of Representatives creating a committee to study and evaluate reparations.
Appreciate that. Thank you for the clarity.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I've had an opportunity to review it. I'm in support of it.
Thank you. Anything else for new business? All right, moving on to public comment. Public comment is now open. You have 4 minutes. Please state your name and address for the record. Public comment is now open.
Good evening, council.
Good evening.
Willenboro. First of all, I'd like to,
Please state your name and address.
Ben Brantley, 44 Woodhaven Road, Deborah Brantley, my wife. I want to comment first on the meeting of last week about the Ethics Committee. I feel very strong that some of the reasons why y'all voted not to have it, I'm totally opposed to those answers. It made no sense about expenses when we have countless lawsuits over the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years. To me, that's wasted money. When employees are getting fired and have to file lawsuits, or we have people on council filing suits against one another, things of this nature. So that's wasted money. I look at this new situation over there with the theater, automatic change order, $80,000, just like that. When they were building the fire department, there was some cement issues, 150,000 change orders, just like that. So we want to talk about wasted money. I did, in fact, back in April 24, 2023, if you want to pass that to the attorney, I'd like for her to see it. It was an ethics complaint that I sent to Trenton in reference to this letter, which was an email from Mr. Harris, which dealt with the fact that at the time, the township clerk had solicited signatures for the incumbents during the election. And to me, I asked a question through Oprah, was this a ethics violation or election violation? And I got no answer. So with that being said, I think an ethics committee is needed. I mean, I understand that we may or may not be getting zoning ordinances from other townships and different things. I don't stand here to try to make allegations, but an ethics committee is needed. Before we go any further, for the past 5 years, my wife and I have been dealing with a situation at our home where there was a 32-foot by 20 in-ground pool backfilled by the township that they don't want to take ownership for. I asked on several occasions for the township to meet with me and my wife. They refused to do it, but 2 meetings ago, some people came here and they complained about something down in Millbrook. The next day, Mr. Harris and everybody, well, let's meet there at 9 o'clock in the morning. Not once have any of y'all came here. Mr. Anderson, before I voted for these incumbents, promised my wife and I that this situation was going to be taken care of. So because y'all didn't come out to me, I brought a little example here. So just imagine this being a 32 by 20-foot pool. My open request says that the township took 40 truckloads of dirt and leftover mulch to backfill our pool that we didn't even know was there. I spoke to Mr. Tunstall. I spoke to Ms. Blige when she was the head of it. I talked to Ms. Jones. Everybody turns a cheek. Mr. Vogel came out to the property, said that they were going to take care of it that spring. Mr. Anderson, I'd like for him to comment after this as to whether or not he promised us that you all three would take care of it once y'all got in office. Y'all never once even came to the property to observe. So this is a visual. So with they not drilling any holes in the bottom, you tell me when it rains, where's this water going? If the pool was sitting here and my house is here, all winter long, we went with no heat. You know why? Because
Sir.
our vents was full of water.
Sir, it's time.
Yeah, I understand that. And we need to change this whole thing too, because we don't get a chance to interact or go back and forth. Maybe we need a town hall meeting or something. But I brought this as a visual example, and I'm gonna stop because I know the rules, we're very overcrowded here, so I know the time is very valuable. But it's pathetic. I'll be glad to one day lead this township. And in closing, tomorrow is the 80th anniversary of D-Day, so
Sir,
unlike other things, we don't even recognize our veterans.
Any other people for public comments? I see some online.
Yes, Mayor. Maddie Mallory.
Good evening, Maddie Mallory at Hudson Place. And I too have some comments about the Ethics Commission. At the last meeting, Mayor McIntosh, Councilwoman Whitfield, and Councilman Anderson voted against the activation of the Ethics Commission. And I will say that I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised because this is one way that we can keep taxpayers from having an input into the ethics that we are faced with in this township. But the good thing about living in the United States of America, at some point we all get a chance to vote on something. And as long as the taxpayers remember that when it's time to vote, then we can move forward. It appears that pickleball is a priority in this town, and it has won out again. In less than a year, when the proposal was presented about pickleball, we now have pickleball in the township of Willingboro. Also, I would like to say that over the years, monies have been spent for many lawsuits, bonuses paid to employees, and of course, again, taxpayers are left with these expenses. So, just wanted to express that. And of course, the other thing that I wanted to mention is that we need to stop appointing individuals to the WMUA who do not pay their utility bills. And I'm not just talking off the top of my head. I have proof of individuals that sit on the WMUA that have very large utility bills that have not been paid. The other thing is, in the last couple of weeks, my trash has been left in the container. In other words, the container has not been completely emptied. And whoever this new driver is, or whoever this person is, they are leaving the containers more than 10 feet away from the property. So I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, it seems like we always end up with a trash issue at some point. So I would appreciate if someone would contact them and tell them that I pay my taxes like everybody else in this town and that pay taxes. And I would appreciate if they would empty my trash container and leave it in front of my property and not 10 feet or more away. And I think that I have expressed my concerns for this evening. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Mallory. Is there anyone else?
Yes, Mayor Brown.
Good evening, everybody. Sharon Brown, 78 Executive Lane. I just want to thank this council member, the mayor, the deputy mayor, for all the hard work you have done. We can go around the community and see a difference. I want to give a shout out to Captain Buck for creating the project for the traffic safety project. I wanted to give a shout out to that. I reconsidered. I don't want my community to be unlawful, so this is a great idea. Also, some of the ideas I had recommended before, because manpower costs a lot of money, so we can also implement other ideas as well. And some of the ideas was a permanent speed sign with cameras, speed bump, if you place speed bump in the entrance and the exit. Also, a defensible driving course, and we could implement something like that for the adult children, the adults, but to educate them more in defensible driving, a policy that we can have a course that they take as well. And also, I wanted to know, did anybody do any research about sharing service? And thank you so much for your service. And Mayor McIntosh, we will talk later. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brown.
All right, Beulah Williams.
Good evening, Mayor McIntosh, Deputy Mayor, Council, Manager, Clerk, fellow community. Good evening. Happy birthday, Mayor McIntosh. And last month, our deputy mayor surprised me. I guess my daughter arranged it for him to say happy birthday. It did my heart good. Thank you. I appreciate it. It did my heart good. 8 Botany Circle. That's my address. Yes. It did my heart good to see our new officers effective tomorrow. 5 new officers for the Willingboro Police Department. And also Captain Harry moved up from lieutenant. And something that I noticed that I think we should all notice, that each officer has families, and the great job that they put their families at risk, their lives at risk to serve our community, and they're doing such a wonderful job. Let us remember to pray for our police, their family members, their children, their spouses, the fire department also, and the EMS. They're doing awesome jobs for us, and we appreciate them. Also, I want to invite our community to a diabetes workshop that began last evening from 7 to 8:30 on Zoom. And it will continue for 8 consecutive evenings. The information is wonderful, and people with diabetes or who has family with diabetes, it will be advantageous for them to attend. I don't have diabetes, but I learned much from it as well, and that was just evening 1. It's a free workshop, so please attend. My daughter placed it on next door, and I guess she will give more information. The pastor mentioned his appreciation for some law being changed, and I would like some information on what law was changed. Maybe we could benefit from it as well. So I would like to know what law was that, please. I also think that our council is doing a wonderful job, and I really appreciate all of you. We just learned that Mr. Harris is going off on vacation. Have a safe and happy vacation, Mr. Harris. The clerk is off to a great start as well. Thank you. Congressman Kim, he was nominated to represent the Democrats, and so was Assemblyman Conaway. And I mentioned these two because Assemblyman Conaway used to be my doctor. He served his country. And, I have a weak spot in my heart for veterans who serve their country valiantly, put their lives at risk to serve us, to maintain our democracy. And I've sent many people to call upon Congressman Kim when they needed help, and he has always been responsive to the needs of the community. So I was happy that. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you. God bless you all. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Ms. Williams.
All right, Tarina Williams.
1 second, we have someone in-house.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you. Good evening.
Deborah Brantley, 44 Woodhaven Lane. We've had an ongoing problem with the in-ground pool that we never knew was there when we moved there. We spent thousands and thousands of dollars just to have the backyard look decent. But what I'd like to know is why we need to hire a lawyer to fight for us against the township. And if I could just get an answer, I could maybe put closure on it, but it's just a horrible thing. We had to spend over $35,000 to get the bottom cemented because the water was coming through the vents because of the drainage from the pool coming in. But just like to get each of yours opinion of why we need to hire a lawyer. We spoke with Township Manager, Mr. Harris, and I guess he did give us an answer, but we just like to know. And then when we did buy the house, the pool wasn't even on the blueprint or anything. It's just a terrible situation, and it's just making my household very unsafe. And we had environmental people come out to test the air. There was mold in the house. We had to get a in-seal and heating system. And it's just costing us a lot of money. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brantley.
Okay, Tarina Williams.
Good evening, Mayor McIntosh, Deputy Mayor Anderson, Councilman Whitfield, Councilman Worthy, and Councilman Perone, Mr. Harris, Mr. Hart, and fellow Willing-Bar residents. First, I want to say a very
Your
special
address?
happy,
May I get your
my apologies, Botany Circle. My apologies. Special happy birthday for Mayor McIntosh. I'm thankful that God has blessed you with a new year. May it get sweeter and sweeter each and every day. Thank you so much for your devoted service. And I'm so happy that we were able to share it with you. And what a wonderful council meeting this has been so far. Congratulations. I too want to extend special congrats to Captain Harry and the 5 officers that will be joining such an awesome police department. I want to brag about them every day. I greatly appreciate the pictures that Mrs. Jackson posts whenever we get the Willing-Bar Weekly, and the creator of the Willing-Bar, I think it's Lena. That was one of the best inventions for Willing-Bar Township. We're so appreciative of the great news and such a wonderful resource that we get on our phones. Whenever I learn about someone moving to Willingboro, that's the first thing I tell them to get this app placed on your phone, and it'll be wonderful. Concerning not proclamations, in addition to National Pride Month, I wanted to share with you that it's also Caribbean American Heritage Month. It was observed first in 2006 by President George W. Bush, honoring the achievements and contributions of Caribbean immigrants. And it's one of the reasons why our country is so great, because we're filled with not just one nationality, people from all over the world, that each one of us plays an integral part of making the country. There's always something to be positive about, no matter what. There's always a reason to smile. Speaking of smile, starting from May 13th through June 13th, it's National Smile Month. So if you haven't already seen your dentist, be encouraged to get that special checkup that we all need, and always there's always a reason to smile. My mom mentioned the diabetes class workshop, interactive workshop. It's entitled Reversing Diabetes. The Zoom ID is 871-0209-5223. And if you like the password, it is Adventist, capital ADVENTIST. Time is running out quickly. I think that was it. Oh, special congrats to Assemblyman Conaway and Congressman Kim. I'm so excited for you. Thank you for the great work that you're doing, and the best is yet to come. I cannot wait to vote in November. Special thanks to everyone. The Memorial Day, I learned about you observing it at Mill Creek Park, so let us never underestimate how much our council loves and appreciate our veterans. Dr. Tiffany Worthy herself is a veteran, so is her husband, Reverend Worthy. They have Veterans Day events. We attended one at the municipal building, and we greatly appreciate. Miss Foster is another veteran. Our township is filled with veterans. No person gets enough appreciation for the work we do, but we should never second guess how much our township loves and appreciate our veterans. Thank you so much.
Okay, Sharon Anderson.
Good evening, everyone. This is Sharon Anderson. I live at 7 Bellhurst Lane. I am among a group of people who have established an organization called Borough Pet Project. I want to tell you, and hopefully in less than 4 minutes, about how 3 things came together in Willingboro in a way that cannot be explained other than how wonderful our community is. The Borough Pet Project has been offered assistance from the Police Benevolent Organization Local 105, who took over the VFW. They made sort of an open offer and said, well, how can we help you? And I decided I should look into what would be on my list. They called me the next day and said, we have an idea. We want to give you air tags to give to people who have frequent flyers. And frequent flyers are those dogs that end up taking walks more often than their owners might wish them to do, and end up with us or with the animal control officer, and we have to return them. So air tags we thought was a good idea. While that was happening, there was a family here in Willingboro getting used to being here from Ukraine. The Sergei Sizhenko family lives in East Garfield now, having left Kramarsky in Ukraine, where their home was leveled by a bomb. Their 3 children came here with their clothes and their dog. They take every penny to get the $800 to bring their dog. 2 days ago, their dog got lost. So, as you can imagine, those children were in crisis. Meanwhile, down the street, Cindy Coleman and the Blue family found a dog. Fortunately, the dog had an ID, a phone number on it. so we were able to reunite them. They are the first recipient of the kindness of PBA Local 105. They now have an air tag, and those children know that they can find their dog anytime. I just wanted to share this story about how the neighbors in East Garfield came together to collect a dog that was running, how a family from Ukraine has found their home in Willingboro and love it here, and how the PBA has stepped forward in ways we never even imagined to ask to help the people and pets in Willingboro. That's my story. And if you want to know more about Borough Pet Project, we are helping pets and their people and fighting animal racism, and you can find us on Facebook. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson. Anyone else?
Not at this time, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Seeing no other public comment is now closed. All right, Mr. Harris. Can we start with the Brantley family? I know there's been ongoing issues with the pool. Is there anything we can comment on that? In the mold and?
There really isn't. I've had meetings with the Brantley family. Our solicitors have had meetings with the Brantley family. We have communicated the township's position on the work that was done on that pool. Mr. Brantley and Ms. Brantley are not in agreement with the determinations that have been made, and there is no other recourse. The township believes that proper repairs have been made. The Brantleys do not agree with that. Where do you go? Somebody needs to make a determination. So, if the Brantleys are looking for any other recourse, then they would have to find some type of legal recourse against the township, because at the time that work was done, the work was done according to ordinance and acceptable processes at that time. And there's really not much more that I would like to say on that, because that could turn into a pending litigation matter.
Okay.
Madam Mayor, if I can
Yes.
just respond because Mr. Brantley asked me. So when it was brought to my attention, the situation that he and his wife had, yes, I did go to the property. We had conversations. And what I promised them was I would bring it back to the table so that we can discuss it to try to get it rectified. So with that being said, I brought it back to the previous council, who we sat at the table, discussed it. We were advised by our attorney then that we should not get involved in remediating this because it would just open up a gateway to other residents. That was the first occasion. I brought it back a second time to the previous council. The solicitor said the same thing. We should not engage. I then spoke to you, Mr. Brantley, and I said, when the change of administration was coming in, I said, let's give it another bite at the apple. I will bring it to the attention of the new administration coming in, of which I did. At that time, the solicitor said for a third time, this matter's been before us twice. I'm not changing the opinion of what I put out there. So with that being said, we pay our legal professionals to give us the best possible advice. So with that, we could not override it. So when he made that recommendation, we concurred, at which time there were other conversations giving you other options to pursue. Now, I'm not sure what happened with those other options, if you pursued them, if you didn't. But from the township standpoint, we did all we can. We were advised legally what we couldn't do, what we shouldn't do. We moved on that advice, but there were options given to you, okay, such as you could have filed for a tort. But once again, I don't know what you did, what you didn't do. So for clarification, yes, we did talk. Yes, I came to visit the site. Yes, I brought this information back and tried to get this thing remediated in your favor 3 times. But because of legal, who said, these are the reasons why we shouldn't, we don't want to open up Pandora's box. We followed legal's advice. Thank you.
Right, and just for clarity, yeah, I know it's been said that, you said that the new incoming council would promise, but though that was never really on the table. I just wanted that for clarity, that.
No, what he's referencing is the conversations we had.
Mhm.
So I promised him I would bring it back to the table under the new administration. Not that y'all promised,
Okay.
but that I promised that I would bring it to council. And once the administration changed, I promised him I would bring it back to the table, of which I did. And we were given the same advice by legal.
Anyone else? Yes, Dr. Word.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. There was also a time when Mr. Brantley said that he did have legal counsel and would bring legal counsel forward. And that's when the solicitor hunkered down and asked us to stop having conversations. And because of the legal counsel, or maybe it was your threat of legal counsel, then that's another reason that contributed to us not being able to have the conversations. And you were given the option back in 2020 and 21 of the tort claim, and also of filing against the township, so that the township would then have to respond to that legal response. But our solicitor advised us, and we've had two different solicitors, at least since I've been here, giving us the same opinion. So it's not that no one is responding and no one's taking your calls, and that's not accurate. We continue to engage as far as we can. I'm in year 5, and it's been an ongoing matter for those 5 years, and we've responded each time in a way that legal has advised us to. So it's not that it's going, that we're not going to respond, or we're just ignoring the concerns. And when the concern came to me, I was the mayor at the time, and legal told me, you cannot go to the resident's house and do an inspection. You cannot do that. This is going to be an issue going forward for pendant, and it could be an issue of litigation. You cannot go to the property. That's why I didn't come to your property. It wasn't me just saying, I'm just not going to go. So I just would appreciate, the appropriate context as you want to stand before the council and share also with the public. Please provide the appropriate context for the conversations. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Jerome.
I just want to say that I did visit the property as well, and that it's a mess. And I just wanted to correct, I thought I heard Mr. Harris said that you were okay with what was fixed. But oh, I thought I heard you say, he said it was, what was done was correct. 'Cause that's where it is, and the council is not taking a position on whether or not how correct or incorrect it was done. But as far as legal proceedings, I think that's what we're waiting for. But I find that the work was done poorly, and I wish that the council can do more about rectifying the situation outside of having to go to court. That's all I wanted to add to it.
Thank you, Councilwoman Perone. Anyone else? Okay. Ms. Mallory did state her concerns about the Ethics Commission, and also some concerns about pickleball being a priority, and some trash left in the containers.
So as long as I've been here in Willingboro, we've had pickleball. Because of a grant that we just received, we're going to build some pickleball courts in Mill Creek Park. And I thought that was well received in the community. As far as the trash, not being emptied out completely out of her container, we can have a conversation with Republic. Sometimes when they do lift their things get stuck in the bottom of the can. And we can just ask them to make sure that the drivers double check those issues. She mentioned something about the trash can being left 10 feet from her property. Usually the truck stops, picks up the can, puts the can right back down in the space. So I don't know why it would be 10 feet out from her property. But again, we can have DPW check with Republic and make sure that processes are being followed.
Great. Yeah, in the pickleball, I'm getting quite a bit of community support on the pickleball from different ages, races. So overall, it's been very well received. I
Right.
just want to make sure people understand that, and we have that investment. We did receive grants, so I think it was money well spent and invested. But it is bringing people of different generations together for sport, health. So I do think, I do co-sign that it's a great investment.
I agree.
Ms. Brown, she talked about the fence driving courses. I'm not sure what we can invest. I will talk to the schools about that also. Can you share any insights on any shared services that the township may engage in? Because we do, try to get with shared services where it's been mutually beneficial. So,
So that's something that, the communities would have to sit down at the table and discuss. The willingness to share services, what types of services could be shared, whether it be tax collection, financial services, our qualified purchasing agent has been being utilized by the WMUA. So there are opportunities, that's a shared service. So those opportunities are always available, but there has to be a mutual desire to and the need to share services. So that investigation will never go away.
appreciate that. And, just for context, historically, Willingboro did engage in plenty of shared services. However, we found that a lot of them were one-sided, not in our favor. So we have cut back, but we are always open, like I said, to a mutually beneficial engagement in shared services. So like Mr. Harris said, we are always looking for opportunities, especially, within our community with the MUA and the school district, but also neighboring municipalities. So we are always in talks, but we never want to be on the losing side of those agreements. So we have to be very deliberate in those shared services. But we are always looking for opportunities.
Yes.
Ms. Williams, just wanted to make a note to continue to uplift and pray for our public safety, our police and EMTs and fire. And she did have a question about the ordinance sign.
So the law that she's referring to was the ordinance related to the sign.
Mhm.
And legislation is considered, ordinances are, our legislation is enacted through our ordinances. So that's the law that was being changed.
Thank you. And that was for signs, for LED signs.
That's correct.
To allow those in places that we have historically restricted. She also did mention they're having a diabetes workshop. Ms. Williams also acknowledged Caribbean American Month and National Smile. And then Ms. Anderson with the Borough Pet Project. I think, I appreciate the story on how community works together. I think those stories are very important that we hear, because that is what community is about. So I do definitely appreciate that touching story that you did say today, that you shared with the council and the residents listening today. I think that's a great story. I would love to hear more of those also. Dr.
No,
Rebecca?
Councilwoman
Yeah,
Perone
Perone, I
mentioned
apologize.
how Ms. Anderson helped her
Cola
find
and
her dogs
Pepsi.
at the last meeting.
Yep.
Yes, yes. So this is the second story in 2 meetings.
Right. So, I hope we focus on those kind of stories. There are bad things, there's stuff that we can improve, definitely. I will never deny that. However, there's a lot of that in Willingboro that's not communicated all the time, and we miss, those stories. So thank you, Ms. Anderson, for sharing that. Is there anything else that I missed? All right, moving on to council comments. Does any council have any comment today?
Yes. Just want to thank the residents for coming out. Today I had the opportunity to fill in for the mayor over at the Friendship Guild to give them the council updates. So I was able to give them the municipal report that was read in this evening. They had a chance to answer questions, and I think it was a very, very good response. They appreciated the updates, everything that the municipality was doing, and to thank the council members for all that they do for the community. So I just want to say thank you again. And I did have the opportunity for any questions I didn't answer. I gave them 609-877-2200, extension 1035. So, also I want to congratulate.
Congratulations, acting township manager. Bring that number.
I just want to congratulate Dr. Herb Conaway on his successful Democratic nomination to move forward as he pursues the 3rd congressional seat, as well as our current councilman, Andy Kim, to pursue the U.S. Senate seat. So congratulations to them too. Once again, Mayor McIntosh, happy birthday. Councilwoman Perone, your birthday's forthcoming. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Miss Tarina Williams got distracted, so she texted me to say, please tell Councilwoman Perone, my mom and I say, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the new officers that got sworn in, to include Captain Harry on becoming permanent in that position. Everett, thanks for doing a great job, picking up the ball, running with it. I know there's some challenges, but you're doing the thing. And I appreciate the work that you're putting in. Mr. Harris?
Time's up.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on.
You taking all the-
No.
Oh, Mr. Okay,
Oh,
all
yeah,
right, all right.
Mr. Harris? No. Please have a happy, enjoyable, and safe vacation.
Thank you.
Do not leave us with GL3. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I just want to say, I agree with Councilman Anderson.
Everything.
Everything that Deputy Mayor has said, he said it best. So, I echo his, sentiments as well.
Thank you, Council.
Yes, all of them, even GL3.
Even 3GL.
Especially GL3.
Anyone else?
I did want to add, today the mayor and I attended an economic development networking event. We're excited for some of the new development in Willingboro, including the construction of the Starbucks that will be going in the Willingboro Town Center, as well as Caliber Collision that will be going on the old Goodyear site. And looking forward to more development as we continue. Again, happy birthday, Mayor. I hope it is a wonderful one, even though you spent the whole day doing township work, but we appreciate you. And happy coming up birthday, Councilwoman Brown.
Thank you.
Yep. And so first, I would like to say happy birthday to my Gemini sister on
Yes,
Friday.
okay.
Prince's birthday too.
Yep.
But next, I just want to make an announcement for our next council meeting. It will be Youth and Government. So I'm looking forward to our staff helping out with that you do a phenomenal job every year. And I appreciate the grace you have with the children. But that will be coming up next council meeting. So please, everyone, tune in. Hopefully we'll have our proclamation for our cheerleaders. Hopefully they'll be in attendance. But as you know, we have graduation for our high school. Continue to uplift and pray for our students as they go into the world. And hopefully Willingboro was a great nurturer to our kids. So let's just continue to be there for our students. But please tune in next meeting for our Youth and Government. With that, we're at 8:30. It's pretty early, so let's do adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Aye. Thank you. Good night, Willingboro. Thank you for coming.